Nah, they really out here with
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, I know some people. But I don't have time for that because being judgmental is a big part of the reason why people do leave the church.
Yep.
You know, we have learned how to coexist with other people and still believe what we believe and not, you know, back down from that, but also know how to accept you for where you are and what you believe.
That's
And
correct.
you know, so we here for everybody. But some of the show topics, what are some of the show topics, Chris? We talked about church hurt.
We got church hurt. We got racism in the church. People don't believe racism is in the church, but it really is.
Is that more of a colorism thing you're saying, or more of a straight up racism?
Straight up.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have some people that believe there's only going to be white people in heaven. There's only going to be black people in heaven. That's a big thing. We're dealing with the religious appearance. You know, that's dealing with how women are supposed to wear long skirts, no makeup, no jewelry, and how men are supposed to come in decent appearance. Don't wear no tight muscle shirts showing off your biceps, triceps. You're enticing the flesh. We have one of the biggest episodes, Too Gay for the Church. That's one that's doing a lot.
Let's go ahead and get into that, because I was going to get into that in a second. Unless y'all done with the showing off with y'all shows, I do want to hit that topic.
Well, I would say one more that we need to mention is Old Mary. People need to check out Old Mary.
What does that explain that one?
Just what you think it's about, Mary Jane.
Oh, marijuana. I thought it was about Mary, like Mary.
No, it's Old Mary.
Yeah.
The 420.
420. Oh, snap.
It's a big thing. Weed is being legalized, and if you're willing to take all these other medicine and prescriptions for diabetes, high blood pressure, that is a medicine that's being prescribed now, and the church is going to have to get used to. This is something that people are going to be doing now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King, who was traditionally a big-time cigarette smoker.
Yes.
Like, people don't know that. Like, if you don't, I mean, people don't know that. Like King would be. That's how he got shot.
Outside,
he was taking a cigarette break.
Yep, sure was.
No, people like, but to me, it humanizes Martin King. Like, he was just a regular dude. Let me go take a cigarette break, and somebody shot him.
Yep.
Right, because these niggas is getting on my nerves. Let me go smoke it. You know, give me a Lucy. Let me hit
That's
the
exactly what I be thinking. I was like, man, these niggas. I need a drag real quick.
Right. You got like
nerves down a little bit.
And got himself shot trying to take a smoke break.
Dang.
But yeah, so let's get it. So for you, CJ, you were your track was to be the next pastor of XYZ church, right?
Wherever the Lord was gonna take me, but yeah.
But I'm somewhat like on the track. Like, I know there's certain like setups of like, you do this, and this. You have your own church. It's something.
Exactly.
So you were on that. So what made you? I mean, you said you were not were like you don't. But you are bisexual. What was it? What point was it where that? Because that's got to be a super dilemma of, this is who I feel I am, and this is what I'm saying here. Like, how does that? Like, how did you? I know this got to drive you crazy for a while. Like, because you're doing two different things. You're washing two different hands.
It drove me crazy for a very long time. First thing I would say is get to know the person's story. One thing, I was first introduced to homosexuality, or my first experience was a man. I was a young kid, and I was raped by one of the pastor's grandsons. That was my first couple of sexual experiences. So when anybody in the church try to look at me or say anything, I'm going to say, you know, I don't fault the church, or I don't blame the church, but if you're going to try to judge me and have all these preconceived notions, it was the church that started me in this direction. And when I say that, they look at me like I'm crazy, because literally, this is where I was all the time. And it was the pastor's grandson that introduced me to the lifestyle. Now, did I act on it myself right away? No, I was nothing but about 4 or 5 years old when this happened. And it didn't, you know, I didn't actively sleep with a male or anything until further down the line. But you have to remember, this is my first experience, and at a young age, that's something that sticks with an individual.
Well, I mean, not to get too deep into it. I mean, I usually try to keep this lighthearted, but we didn't took the left at Martha King real quick, and
right. We on the grassy knoll.
Yeah, exactly. So like, but did that person get prosecuted, or did anything happen to that person that put you into that situation?
Well, that's a very good question. What hurt me and what started with the church hurt at this very young age, my family, my mother and grandmother were big on, you tell everything, no matter what they do, they tell you they're going to kill us, whatever, you better tell us. One of them type households. Mm-hmm. I told it. They went to the pastor's wife. She ridiculed me and lied and told lies, saying to everybody that I was going to be a fag, this, gay, that. I was lying on the church, lying on the grandson. Speed up. After we left the church, that grandson is in jail right now for molesting other children, other boys.
Wow.
Yep.
And you can hear that full story on season 1, episode 5, Too Gay for the Church.
There you go. That's that ABC after school special thing. Like, for more, go to.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So hold on, man. So was there? I mean, of course, and may not know that, but was there any? I wouldn't say not retribution, but more of like, yo, we're sorry for that happening from that family, especially after this comes out. Somebody come back to you like, yo, we were wrong about that. That we like, some kind of like. Mm-hmm. Remorse. I'm not saying. I'm trying to not remorse. Yeah, remorse. I guess of like how we treated you previously.
We end up going back to that church after the church that I was going to, the same one as E, because that's where we end up going. My family, how we end up meeting E and all the above, and her family, which made our families combined. Long story short, but I ended up going back over there to help that church. This was years after the fact. Long story short, the subject came back up. I come to find out the pastor, now this is the young man's grandfather who's the pastor, he never even knew. The wife, she kept it secret.
Wow. And this is at a different church for context.
Yes, it's a different church.
Because the church he and I grew up in was a
because he went back to the other church that he originally was from to help out. Yeah. So this whole time he didn't even, so she was the only one that knew.
No, well, she wasn't the only one. It was other people in the church that knew, but somehow, some way, they kept it from him. And I believe that he didn't know, because when we were talking about it, it was myself, my mother, him, and the wife of the first lady. He dropped his head straight down and just started rubbing his head. And he looked me dead in my eyes. He said, young man, I promise you, I never knew about this.
And so what did his wife do? Did his wife just look out the window? Like, what's going on?
She started crying fake crocodile tears, saying, this is not true. This is a lie.
But the locked up in jail, right? Isn't he in jail?
And that was my exact response. I said, how is it a lie? And he's in jail right now for the very same thing.
What did she say then?
The devil walked away.
Oh.
Because truth and darkness cannot coexist in the same space. So light and darkness cannot coexist.
And then she's looking at her husband, who, he clearly knows what his grandson is in jail for now, because come to find out, he even raped some of their own family members.
Oh, so they could have stopped this situation from other people being hurt if they would have took this and took your not in accusations, your situation serious.
Yes, but this is things that goes on, not just in the church, but everyday world and families, all the above.
Yeah. It's just not the church with that. That's in general in life. So, man, so this person, are they still in jail now for it?
They're still in jail right now as we speak.
So they were a serial molester, I'm assuming.
Yes. Most of it, from what I was told, most of the individuals were little boys. It was some little girls as well, but the main people who he molested and raped was boys.
Wow. And
you would think going to the church about this now, where I'm supposed to get healed and be able to take all my